up, folks? We here on the Weebaholic Podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. We are back to our normal settings. She's telling what's up. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Guys, before we get into the episode, you're going to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to notify for all the podcasts. Go follow our anime Instagram at anime_good show where we post, polls. You can hit us up for collabs or whatever. We post clips of the episodes. You see more the side of us, behind the scenes, stuff like that. Go follow She Eyes Out the Lens where he does his photography channel. I'm sure if you're in the Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina area, you reach out. I'm sure he'll love to take pictures. And we just did a podcast of Real Talk Anime. It was amazing. I mean, we was on the call off for like 2 hours, just talking, enjoying it. I think they said that should be out on Sunday. So y'all go check them out. They have a lot more good content. So you can guys go check it out, all that good stuff. So today we have a very special episode. We are finally wrapping up Japan's Sinks episode 9 and 10. It's been forever. We probably should have finished just a long time ago, but things happen. But we are here today to talk about to wrap up 9 and 10. And you can start off first about how you feel about episode 9.
Well, episode 9 was interesting. It was I would say these last two episodes were kind of tear jerking in its own way, but it was heartwarming. Well, the last
it wasn't as tear jerking episode 8. 8 broke you up. 8 broke the mom death. Obviously the mom death. I was crying. That broke you, but 9 and 10 was the good heart, especially 10 was more of the heartwarming. It's finally not chaos type of thing. But my bad, you can go.
Yeah. So episode 9 pretty much just starts off with them paying respect to their mother as they're
trying to get to safety.
Yeah, sailing around. I was about to say driving, but you can't really drive on water. But at some point, the boat runs out of fuel, whatever. And amazingly enough, even though that happened, they actually ran into Kite and the doctor.
Yeah, and because they had submarine and stuff like that.
Yeah, when I saw Kite riding in, when he was sailing a military grade vehicle. It's one of those vehicles that go in the water and land. It was weird, and that kind of just raised the question of who is Kite? What is his connections? Isn't he just a freaking YouTuber who does who explores all this and that, mountains and stuff like that? I was like, isn't he explorer?
Anyway, a mom photo about, but Kite. Kite. We need some more backstory on Kite because my man's a YouTuber pulling out submarine. But he does have a smooth tongue. He can charm and finesse. But how is he pulling out?
I was about to say, even if you can, you can't just have that.
You can't just have, as much as finesse. You're not pulling out submarines in the middle of a country.
Yeah.
But keep going though. My bad.
They meet up. I think they start sailing towards. They start going towards the I forgot his name, but the paralyzed scientist. They go to his secret lab that's inside of a cave, but which oddly enough, it wasn't underwater. It was a huge. It's hard to explain, but it wasn't completely submerged
because it had a sauna.
Yeah. So Ayuma, Go, and Glasses Dude, they all get out the boat because Kite says he needs to do this real quick. And having all of them in, if they get stuck, then a lot of them is going to die or something like that. So, and plus he told them to get out because he knew that there was another earthquake coming. So he was trying to hurry up and get this done. So just having 2 people definitely needed the scientist because the door was opened by retina scan. So he needed to know. But once he got into the lab, they're using the retina scan and I think he was trying to move the data from the laptop into the hard drive that was given to them. Well, not a hard drive, but a floppy disk. But what happened? I've tried coding, so because I'm trying to do something in cybersecurity as a future, but I tried coding. I know coding's hard as mess. Even I'm a complete beginner, so I don't ask me anything about coding. But I know it's hard. It's a headache. But it's just even more surprising that Kite went through layers and layers and layers of programming, coding, and all that stuff and information in like seconds. And I'm a trashy typer, so I'm not that fast. I'm not going to. He was typing so fast, like he did that for a living. Like I was like generally, Kite made me question his existence of what he did. Like it's just it doesn't make sense. Like you're a YouTuber who explores. I don't remember explorers having this kind of skill set unless you're Laura Croft. I'm like, because he was even a fast thinker because it was taking a long time for the data to transfer over. So the earthquake hit while they were both still in there, and the water obviously penetrated the metal door and and the tower, oddly enough, was on the floor, so the tower just short circuited. He went in, took out the floppy disk, and put in a waterproof case that he had on him. And he looked around, he found an oxygen tank, and he used that for both of them to escape. But as he attaches the scientist to his chest and starts swimming. I'm surprised he swam that fast, even with him attached to him, which was pretty cool. But he was really on some like Mission Impossible kind of stuff right then and there. So they took turns using the oxygen tank, but as he takes it out to give the scientist oxygen, he kind of it cuts to like a hole being shown inside of the tank. And I thought he was gonna die because like I saw him moving and stuff trying to get Kite's attention while swimming, and I was like, oh, this is horrible. Because literally all he can move is his fingers and his feet.
Yeah. Oh my God. You can't signal anybody that, oxygen thing is down bad.
Yeah, so once they reached Ayuma and all of them where they were like sitting at, Kite was like cheering, kind of like having like a small little celebration that they got her there alive. And then when he finally talked to the scientist, because he communicates with his eyes, nothing happened. So they were freaking out, and Go found the noticed the hole in the tank. Kite was immediately doing CPR. And Go pretty much told Kite this is the reason why he pretty much drowned. But what's funny, I kind of forgot to mention this, but you know how they always, like, even though they're in like a bad situation, how they always take pictures? It's just horrible because literally every single time they took a picture, someone went missing after they took that picture.
Or dead. Or
dead, mainly dead.
Yeah.
So like I was like, this is some foreshadowing. So at first I thought it was the scientist who was going to die. So I was like, okay, this is kind of expected. I have no feelings attached to him, but still sad to see him if he goes. But Kite saved him. He got him to cough out the water in his lungs and all of that stuff. So I was like, oh, I guess no one's dying today. I'm glad no one is. And I think okay. So what happened? So what happened is after they save him, a tide comes in like just a giant wave comes
Wait, did
in
we
at
talk about
them.
how like they had like they were like it was, I thought it was interesting. My bad, if I cut you off. Like when Go was talking about like how much he hates Japan.
Oh yeah. I was kind of just thinking about that when I went back. I completely about the picture. I completely forgot when they took that picture. They did like a little rap session to like bring out all the bring out their emotions. To get stuff off their chest. It was real cool. And Kite was the one who suggested it, and I thought that was just really cool of him. And it actually was really necessary for that situation, for the current predicament they were in. But yeah, Go rapped about how he didn't like Japan or the people in Japan. Glasses Guy rapped about how Japan is nice. It's not that bad. Ayuma rapped about how it shouldn't matter. We're all people.
Exactly.
Where we come from, yeah.
I mean, I kind of get Kite's theory, because Kite's like kind of like him and his sister are both like, half and half, like, they're both mixed with something or whatever.
You mean Go?
No, I mean, wait, no, the Go's sister isn't mixed like Go, right? Because Go, like, they're not, fully Japanese, right? Go's not fully not.
Yeah, neither one of them is fully Japanese.
Yeah, exactly. So I can kind of see why they're like, he goes maybe like, I'm not even fully Japanese. I'm here. Like if we were in a different country or maybe my homeland or whatever he considers his homeland, not Japan, then we were in that situation. So it's kind of like some self-pity. And I mean, he is like, he is like what, 9, 10, 11, whatever, going through losing a mom and dad. So it's a lot of self-pity.
I think what he says is his home country is Estonia, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, but like we can all like not relate, but like because our parents haven't died, and hopefully not for a long time. But where it's like the the self pity of like this is a little kid going through like a crisis. Mom, even if they get to safety, mom and dad are like forever gone. Which is the sad thing about it.
Yeah, that is very sad. But
my bad, I cut you off. Keep going.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's good that we went back to discuss that because that is kind of important in a way because something I also noticed pretty much you can kind of guess who's going to die. There's been a repeat when that person either A, starts showing a little bit more, leadership within them, and during that episode, they later on die. So honestly, when I first saw them take that picture, that was one sign. The other sign was them giving leadership roles. That was Kite and the Glasses Guy at the same time. I honestly thought the Glasses Guy was going to die because even though I thought Kite was going to die a long time ago, Kite's a survivor, so I didn't think anything was going to happen to Kite. So later, back at the
we're still episode 9. Still episode 9.
Yeah,
towards the end of episode 9.
Yeah, this is towards the end. So, sort of. It's close to the end. There's more stuff that happens before it, but towards the clashing of the waves, so pretty much the hard drive gets knocked out of Kite's hand and it gets brung in by the sea, but luckily it gets caught on something. So it's just there, but the waves keeps hitting harder and harder. Like the waves are so hard that if you get hit by it, you could literally get swept by the sea and just never come back or die from it. So everyone's debating on who should get it. Obviously at this point, Ayuma's leg, how she got that cut from the beginning. Not once has she even attempted to get it treated. It's disgusting looking at this point. It's pretty much purple. It's purple and black.
Not a doctor, but we know that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good. So, because she was kind of saying like she'll go get it, and I'm like, bro, look at your leg. Scientist guy goes, well, not scientist, the glasses guy, because I forgot his name, but favorite character for me. Because he was very depressed in the beginning, but now he's like super uppity and all that stuff, which is nice. And it was crazy because so before they went out to go get it, they kind of timed the intervals of each crashing of each wave to, and pretty much he had a, I think it was almost like 50 meters or 100, but he had to get there within 10 seconds and back, which is an impossible feat. But once this man started running, he was faster than what I expected. Like, he got to the end by 5 seconds. He was already at the end, like at 5 seconds. He grabbed the thing, ran straight back. He was literally right here, and this is them on higher ground.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And the next thing you know is him, like during that whole running sequence, he's having like flashbacks and all this stuff of him actually like back when he was running track and stuff, because you know in the beginning we learned that he quit track at some point for some unknown reason. But like right then he was feeling it. He was like really getting the blood pumping. He felt alive. That's the best way I could say. And he just tossed the drive towards them, and he died. It was just a wave, just yomp, and he was gone. Exactly. I was like, dang. Okay. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I was actually hoping he made it by split hair, but no, he's dead. I was like,
he's dead. Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised by his death, but I was hoping it really wasn't him.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it happened, so I was like, okay, this was expected. Everyone else, well, Ayuma cried a little bit. Go, kind of cried about it. Kite got pissed.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Kite was really upset for the case with the scientist, how he almost died, and the case with how the other dude did die. Because Kite was like, I should have been the one who went out. It shouldn't have been him and stuff like that. Like, oh, Kite was upset. So I think this is when Ayuma literally starts limping with her leg now. So it's very noticeable that her leg is injured beyond belief. But what happens now is they all start storming off towards the other side of this. I don't even know what they are on. It's not. It doesn't even look like part of the mountain, but they're walking across it towards this little, and it's like there's like a crash ship onto it at the edge of it. They go up there, they look around, and then at the bottom they see these barrels just floating, and they decide to use that as a raft. So they create like a makeshift raft to look for some help or whatnot. So they sail out. They find a balloon, and Kite attaches that balloon to the raft, using it to sail, as well as he later uses it to take off. So I honestly, like, he gave his phone that showed like the map and everything to them. But first he lied about his phone being dead before giving it to them. So I'm like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Yeah, and he just left. And I was just super confused. I'm like, Kite, what's going on? Like, you honestly want to survive with these people and save them, but you're just leaving like that? I was like,
yeah.
What is this? Some kind of twist? But that one twist led to another twist, because apparently that balloon was used to help them connect to the internet using his phone, which was amazing. But at the same time, he's like going like, I don't know, 20 miles per hour in like the clouds, and it's freezing up there and all that stuff. So like he's literally on the point of freezing. I'm not going to talk about the animation during this part because I was actually disturbed a little bit. Because you see it when he's in the sky.
Yeah, the anime.
It goes back to that weird, ugly art style. Well, how the writer decides to draw that. It was weird, but like you see it. It's like the best way to describe it. Just imagine that that messed up pain frame from Naruto.
Yeah. I remember. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And it was crazy. So like I was hoping like because it looked like he got frostbite while he was up there as well. So I was hoping like he could get down fast enough. Yeah. And honestly, without him doing that and getting connected to the internet, connecting internet for them for that short amount of time, they would Go and Ayuma would have never got saved by this helicopter that just so happened to be in the signal's range.
Man,
so they picked them.
How lucky were they that the helicopter flew through?
Facts. That I was going to say. That's crazy lucky because if nothing happened, because they were connected to the internet for like a good 10, 15 seconds. Yeah. Like it wasn't even that long. It was like a short window. Mm-hmm. So like they once they got on the helicopter, they even said they got lucky because they only saw it for like a good couple seconds. Yeah, because it was going off and on, but it was still difficult for it to contain. And as soon as I saw them going on a plane, I'm like, so is Kite dead? It doesn't tell you really if Kite is dead. I assumed he was dead because of what was going on and the environment he was in at that time and point. Because literally he couldn't feel his fingers or anything anymore. Yeah. So I thought he was dead due to hypothermia or something. But it just got more confusing. So that's the end of the episode. Next episode, episode 10. This is where it got kind of confusing because during this episode, there were just bits and pieces of hints of Kite still existing. I'm like, so is he dead or is he not dead?
It was like this show didn't get a season 2, so why are we gonna like not like explain?
Facts. I was honestly confused, but near the end of it, you do learn that he is for a fact dead.
Yeah.
Yes, but I kind of forgot something. So in the beginning, so pretty much after the helicopter rescued them, they went to. They're in Russia now. There was a Russian helicopter because everyone, the whole wide world knows about the predicament of Japan, but apparently Japan was not the only place that sunk. There was actually a part of Paris that sunk, and other places in that area. I think, and pretty much the how do I say this? Pretty much the nation or whoever was pretty much discussing if those territories will still exist, or they will be taken over by someone else, or pretty much they were debating on whether Japan territory and all those other territories that sunk was supposed to still exist, like still be owned by them or not. But they did go ahead and say Japan will keep their territory because because it was found out that Japan will rise back from underneath from the ocean floor once again in 100 years. Yeah. But within a certain amount of time, there will be certain pieces of Japan that will just come up. Like, it will take 100 years for all of Japan.
Or maybe like 10 years. But 10 years, maybe you get like an island or something.
Yeah. That's literally what's going to happen. And that was all found out.
That sucks for all the people that died for it to rise back up.
Yeah, it does. It does. But it was so. Well, the leg injury. Since we all said it was purple and black. Obviously, she had got something. I forgot what it was called. I'm not even going to attempt to say it. It's some kind of thing that her leg caused. So she had to get it amputated, and I already do it. I already knew she had to because it's purple and black. It looks
dead,
infected beyond belief. Like it looks like
a dead part of your body.
Yeah, like I was like, dude. So she had a leg cut off, clearly, because if she didn't, she would have died.
I think they could do like they really want to make a season 2. They could turn it. They could go from like apocalyptic to like slice of life off of it.
I mean, that would, but like literally, there's a time skip within episode 10. I think it's like 8 years later.
Yeah.
So like goes 18. Ayuma's still doing track. Amazing.
Mid-20s, something like that.
Yeah, she's still doing track and field too.
Yeah. So.
Which is cool. I think it shows a clip of her doing a long jump.
I'm confused. Did they start a family? Somebody started a family, right? Or I'm tripping. I might be tripping. I might think so.
Yeah. No one started a family. It didn't show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say?
Go, surprising enough, even though I kind of thought this was important because Go, even though he hated Japan, he became an esports player, professionally, and he played for Japan, and he kind of made the quote. He made the quote during this clip that though I could have played for his Estonia or whatever his home country is called, I decided to play for you. Something like that, something around those lines. And I thought that was kind of interesting show and the paralyzed scientist guy, we also learn about what he's doing for the future. Apparently, this is what's for sure that lets you know Kite is dead.
Yeah.
Because his clip starts off with Kite as a child, and I was super confused. I'm like, so is Kite alive or is he dead and he just has a child? But no, it was literally a video of Kite as a kid.
So yeah,
playing with kites.
When anime does that flashback as a kid, they're dead. So
yeah, I was about to say. So I was like, now I know he's dead. And literally, that video of him, even with Kite's voice playing in the background, it was literally that scientist. He made a whole company in Kite's name. Continuing what he did, but on a larger scale, which was crazy, but it was very interesting. And Ayuma, even during after she got out of the hospital, she wrote a book about her whole experience, apparently too.
Make some change off that.
Yeah, it was. I think it was top seller or something. I don't know. It was good though. That's how they express it in anime.
They're definitely not going broke off of Kite's legacy, off of them being track, being a gamer. They're not going to go broke. They probably have some system to help set them up, like people who went through that, whatever.
I think I'm pretty sure. I don't think she was in the Olympians or Olympiad during that clip of her doing the long jump, but she was in some kind of huge event. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it because it does show like the Olympics being held and showing like cheering Team Japan because they survived and stuff like that. It's I don't know. There was a lot of during episode 10. There's a lot of love towards Japan as a country.
Yeah, they went through it, man. They went through it. So I think that's pretty much it for both of us. So before we get out of here, what would you rate this show 1 through 10?
I will rate.
Yeah, this show. Okay, before 1 through 10, we got to go put it enjoyment, storyline, and just moments. Everything that makes a good show. So would you rate it 1 through 10?
So I really did enjoy this. So like that's like full marks in enjoyment for me. Storyline. I think the storyline was very realistic in its own way, and it was kind of like a 2021. 2012 movie kind of storyline.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah, that movie.
Yeah, so like it's I love that movie. So obviously I like the storyline. The storyline made sense. It was very like there was a lot of deaths. So there deaths that were tear jerking, especially for me. And watch some of these in class. So literally, I'm sitting here screaming in class while watching some of these episodes.
Were you watching episode 8 when Kite's mom died in class?
Yes, I was watching that in class, and I literally was sitting there. Oh, yeah. I literally stopped and looked around like, oh, I hope no one heard that.
Big set of headphones.
Yeah. I was like, oh, no.
So what would you rate 1 through 10?
I'll say 9. I'll say 9. Give it a solid 9.
Okay.
I won't say 10 out of 10, but I'll give it a 9.
Okay.
Just because certain parts of like the animation just was not it for me. It just made me feel a type of different way. Yeah. Even though I know what's objective was, but I didn't think those arts that the way they were animated in certain scenes were not fit for that. What that emotion was going on with.
No, okay, so for me, the storyline was good. It made sense. There was certain episodes, like the camping episode, where I just felt like, why? I mean, I guess that was to set up the old man, like the old man coming in being probably the one that could tell about earthquakes and stuff like that, to set him up and stuff like that. But there were certain episodes where I was just like, why? Like, or could you have done this better? And this and that. But the storyline was considered like, there wasn't like, Go's mom or whatever coming back as a ghost, or like, there was nothing that was unrealistic.
There was nothing, yeah. It was very realistic.
The animation was kind of, it was different, but sometimes it was bad. Like, it was different, but sometimes it was really bad. And and at times, if you're not really locked in paying attention, you can lose focus. But it was pretty good. I'm gonna say a 7. 7 for me. 7.
Yeah.
So good 9, 7. You said 9, I said 7. I mean, it's not really much of a difference. But yeah, that's it for Japan Sinks. We are wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed the Japan Sinks episodes. We had a blast doing it. I mean, just talking about in our text and doing it from when we did it weekly because we took a little break from it. But it was some good stuff. And this is the end of the episode. So you'll like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on, notified for all the podcasts. Go follow us at @Anime_Gensho, where, like I said, where we have our DMs always open. You can hit us up for collabs, clips of the podcast, clips of other people's podcasts that we collab with, just all that stuff. And again, go check out Real Talk Anime. We just did a podcast with them. It should be out on Sunday. Great stuff. Y'all go follow Sheeta Eyes Out the Lens, where he does photography. If you're in the Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina area, hit him up. I'm sure he'll find a way to get the pictures. And I have nothing else to say. What about you, Sheet?
Nothing else for me. Oh, my bad. My phone started. But not much for me. I will after. I'm gonna post some pictures finally on my Insta after so long.
Eyes of the Lens.
On
Eyes of the Lens.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. As soon as I send them to them and ask them if they wanted, which ones they want edited, not. If they don't want them edited, I'll just post them the way it is. But if I feel like they need to be edited, I'm gonna edit them.
Facts. You got anything else?
No, not at all. Hope everyone has a good day.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a good day. And me and she are also discussing about what anime we're gonna be doing next. So y'all want something, y'all hit us up. Definitely. Everything's there. Everybody's huh?
My bad to cut you off, but I was about to say we could do a poll, or if
we could.
Yeah, a lot of people want us to watch certain things, but yeah,
we'll talk about it. All right, everybody, stay safe, stay masked up. Peace.